So 1 year ago, 94% of all of my hair fell out over a period of 6 weeks, with a real ramping up of the hair falling out over a 2 week period. I'm talking the plug every time I had a shower, full. The pillow when I woke up, full. Started with a patch at the back, and I'm about to get a haircut for the first time. I just wanted to talk about alopecia a bit, my thoughts. So I got alopecia localis. My hair did come back to its original state. I've got quite thick hair, right? And so I'll be flashing pictures up on the video. But yeah, about 94% of the hair fell out. At first, the patch at the back was the first thing I noticed. The patch at the back was the first thing that I noticed. And it was noticed by my girlfriend and her mother as we were swimming in the pool. Came up to me and said, or Taya came up to me and said, "Alex, there's a small hole in the back of your hair." And so her mum came over, Priscilla, and said, "Oh my God, it's huge! The patch at the back." And so I start freaking out and think, what is this? And at first, I thought, okay, this is my hat. I was doing a lot of jogging at the time, and I thought the metal catch was rubbing. It was right on that patch, and I thought, oh, I've just worn the hair away. So leave it for a couple of days, and at first the hair falling out was super slow, so I didn't notice anything else. And then we moved from the south of France, Nice. We went up to Paris to stay for a couple of days, and that's where I noticed in the shower the plug started filling up. So it really ramped up extremely quickly. It was 3 or 4 days of just the patch at the back, and then after those 3 or 4 days, full plug every shower. If I ran my hand through my hair, I'm going to cut in some videos on the longer ones where it's me first videoing myself in Paris, wondering what this is, because I was going to doctors, and the first set of doctors were saying champignon, mushroom. So they were thinking it's a patch at the back, it's some kind of like ringworm, which isn't a worm, it's a mushroom. They were thinking it's that. People that do a lot of fight sports, where they're in skin-to-skin contact with other people, it can spread like that. Swimming pools as well can spread ringworm. So I thought, okay, but I didn't notice any other of the signs. Like, there was no coloration on the skin, there was no odd things in the hair, which can happen a lot with that champignon, with the ringworm. And so I didn't think it was that. I went back the next day and saw a different set of pharmacists, and they said, no, we saw your case yesterday, but we didn't think it was a mushroom, we think it's alopecia, because the patches are spread out in different places. So by this time, I was getting clear patches under the hair. One thing I wish I did, which I didn't do, I didn't just immediately shave my hair. I sort of hung on to it, and I'll just put the microphone here for a second. And it really started to go on the sides, and I was left with sort of this weird wispy top bit. What I wish I'd done, just go for it, shave yourself off. I'm obviously talking about this from the male perspective. I do think, in a way, just with society's conditioning, it's a bit easier for a man to have alopecia localis. So anything I'm saying here is based on just my experience. The fear at the beginning was, what is this? Why is my hair suddenly falling out? And the second set of pharmacists said alopecia because of the little patches, not a mushroom. And I was thinking, great, I'd rather alopecia than a mushroom growing on my head. Like a ringworm mushroom growing on my head, I'd rather it be the alopecia. Went back to the UK after a couple of weeks and got the blood test done at the hospital. And they said, it's alopecia localis, we can't see anything else. All you have to do is wait, and it may come back. And once I knew what it was, once I knew it was the alopecia, that made everything easier, because then I wasn't sat there going, bloody hell, what is going on? I was thinking, at the time, great, okay, I know it's alopecia, but I'm going to Asia for a few months in November, which is, by that time it was 4 or 5 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks to go, and then I was off to Asia for 3 months. I was thinking, great, it's alopecia, but if my hair keeps falling out at this rate, I'm going to be completely bald in 4 weeks. By the time I go to Asia, that is the worst thing that could happen. I'm going to be completely bald. I hadn't really ever seen myself with no hair before, and by this stage 60% had fallen out, and it's just that wispy bit. And so even though I knew what it was then, and I thought, great, I know what this is, I was still quite self-conscious thinking about it. And then it really all just went, and it all just really went. And just before we left for Asia, Taya buzz-cutted me with the clippers. And I, at that point, fully accepted it. And I decided I wasn't going to take any medication for this. The doctors had said, do you want steroids? Do you want hair regrowth? Do you want this? Do you want that? And it was alopecia. They told me it's autoimmune disease triggered by some form of stress. I pinpointed the exact thing that was causing it for me. And I remedied that. It was a flight anxiety connected with previous things. I'm going to talk about this more, I think, in videos. This is more of a summary for anyone that's interested. And I just said, I'm going to fix that anxiety. And the flight to Asia, which was a long-haul flight, and it was a previous flight, some panic attack on the flight that caused me to lose all the hair. And that flight, I'd done a lot of prep work for the flight to Asia afterwards, just thinking I've got to get over this anxiety. And it was a transformative plane ride. I travel a lot and I love flying, but this anxiety that had caused the alopecia had made flying intolerable. Sweat dripping down my back, you know, horrendous panic attacks, thinking your heart's about to explode. And I conquered that on the flight to Asia. I just did the right prep work, I had a breathing technique, and I had this mentality that if the anxiety starts and I feel like my heart's going to explode on the plane, I just said to myself, you're going to have to take me down standing. I love doing this. I'm going to do it regardless. And transformative. I'm back to loving flying now. It's no longer a problem. I took it real easy in Asia. I had a good few weeks where I wasn't drinking alcohol, good few weeks where I wasn't smoking weed, and chilled out. We travelled Vietnam, Thailand, and some places in Bali, some little islands. Started growing back. Slow at first, and I was doing we were doing head massages with organic coconut oil, and a lot of the Thai people, they'd spot me with my patches, and by this time I was liking them actually, because it was so unique, the patches on the back of the head. And people were recognizing me for it. I have no idea what they were thinking, whether they were thinking, oh, poor guy, blah blah blah. I just rolled with it. I had a hat on. Sometimes I wouldn't wear the hat. I'd accepted it, knew what it was, knew what I was doing to fix it, and I'd just come to terms with the fact that, hey, this may take years for it to come back. I had no expectations whatsoever. I just got on with that. I knew I'd fixed the thing that caused it. One hangover I do have from this, and I haven't got a haircut since it fell out. I've only trimmed the side into this sort of home style mullet thing going on, and then I've put the hat on. I'm going to put the hat back on again because I prefer it. I really like it like this. I don't know what to do, but this hangover that I've got is that I'm a bit scared to go in the barbers. I don't know what to ask for in the barbers, and I'm a bit scared of the process. I don't know why. It's got this sort of blockage for me. So that's the only real interesting hangover. Am I worried about it coming back? Not really, because I know how to deal with it this time. I'll just if it comes back in a big way, just immediately buzz everything off, back to zero. I've come to terms with what the bald head looks like, and if the alopecia does come back, okay, I've then just got to work out what's causing it. It's a reaction sign from my body. I would say I'm fairly stress-free lifestyle until it's something important, or I don't know, maybe that's not even true. Maybe I have a high stress lifestyle, but that anxiety just really peaked it. I actually think I'm quite highly strung and that I do stress out about stuff. So one thing I just want to add in about this France footage before I play it is you can hear in my voice as I'm talking that I'm scared. At the time I'm thinking it's the big sea or some other major thing going wrong with my body. I had no confirmation about it being alopecia, about it being the mushroom. I had no confirmation at all. All I knew was my hair was falling out so fast, within a couple of weeks I would be bald. And you can hear that in my voice. I'm even pulling hair out on the video, and just thinking about that now actually makes me feel a bit nervous, actually. Oh, this is a horrible video to make, but I just pulled out the first clump of hair, and I think I need to start recording what's happening to me and talking about it, just in case it becomes something extremely serious. I'm in Paris right now, beautiful sky. Anyway, right, let me get on with it. In the last 3 weeks, I've gone from having extremely thick hair, where every barber mentions, damn, your hair is super thick, to about 2.5 weeks ago, a bald patch on my head was visible to my girlfriend. I hope you saw the patch there. We put that down to my hat. I'm wearing a baseball cap when I'm running, and the hat is rubbing on the back in that particular place. Okay, that's the reason for the bald patch. Just stop wearing the hat. Okay, fine. I don't wash my hair that often. Maybe once every 2 weeks. I feel like it's natural. You don't need to wash your hair that often. These chemicals that you put on with shampoos, I don't think they do a very good job of your scalp. Anyway, I washed my hair with Head and Shoulders when I got to this flat in Paris about 4 or 5 days ago. And ever since then, every single time I put my hand through my hair, there you go, you can see hair. My hair has never fallen out like this. I've got hair in my hand, and I'm not pulling that hard. It wasn't coming out in clumps, and if I do individual areas quite lightly, okay, I got one there, fine. Most of the time, if I do individual small clumps like this, nothing comes out, okay? But on the bald patch, as I was talking to my mother about 10 minutes ago, and this is why I think I need to start recording this, because it's the first time I pulled a clump. I don't want to do it again, but if I fairly lightly pull off, fuck. I've just very, very lightly pulled, very lightly, because I'm not trying to lose my fucking hair. Very lightly. There was about 10 hairs there, and so this patch is getting bigger, and my girlfriend says she's noticed another patch. Obviously the typical Google, if you Google it you get some scary results. No cancer results, fucking fantastic. However, it's alopecia or another one beginning with a T. I don't really know what it is, but basically, look, I've got thick hair. I've got thick, nice hair, and at this rate that it's falling out over the last 2 weeks, potentially in the next 3 months I might be completely bald. So yeah, I've got to figure out what this is. It could be an allergic reaction, it could be an immune thing, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? It's not good. It's not what you want on the back of your head. Hey, you know, if I do have to go bald, fine. I think I'll try and rock it. But yeah, it's a bit scary actually. I'm going through stages of, hey, this is not too bad, you know, it's only a bit of hair, beard's not coming out, fine. Then I go through real stages of like, fucking hell, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, what's going on in my body right now? I drink a lot, I smoke a lot, I have had a period of quite stress. I've had a quite stressful last few weeks, trying to get a new contract in, very worried about finances, etc. But damn, this is like serious. My fucking hair is... There's only one there. So sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 1. I know this is more than normal, and also the bald patch at the back is freaking me out because today was the first time I pulled a proper clump out. So yeah, I just wanted to record this and just I guess record my initial feelings, which is a mixture of, hey, it's gonna be fine, and also a mixture of like, fucking hell, I'm so scared. This is what I look like now. Maybe the last recording. Fucking hell. So 2 things after watching that video quite a few times now is, 1, I'm wearing the same shirt. Nice synchronicity, I didn't plan that. And 2 is, you can tell from that last fucking hell that I did in the video, how so scared I am of losing all the hair, 1. And the dent in my ego and how I look and self-consciousness, etc., and my confidence, which, you know, I have unbeatable self-esteem. Going from hairy to bald in 6 weeks is scary. Yeah, that's my major impressions from that. It's just, wow, how scared I was. So yeah, time to get a first haircut. This is my thoughts on the alopecia localis. If you've got any questions, I'm Alex Northrall, please let me know. Alright, I am currently stood outside the barber's, or just around the corner, and I am trying to find every excuse to not go in. This is the one there, I don't know if you saw it, I'm in Angel. This guy is actually the one that cut my hair first when I first had alopecia, and I was saying, oh, do you mind cutting my hair? Thinking people are going to be freaked out about it. It's a bit like if you've got psoriasis or something, it's a bit embarrassing to go to a barber. So why don't I want to cut my hair now? This is super weird. I should examine this. Why am I struggling to go in the barbers? I mean, it's still growing, right? I wonder if I'm not as comfortable with the patches as I assume I am, because I rocked them for a while, happily. And I'm worried that if I cut my hair now, because I feel like I look pretty like healthy with long ass hair like this. A bit unkempt but healthy. I wonder if I'm worried short hair there's going to be patches visible. There's only one way to tell that anyway, isn't there? So, and that would be interesting for you. I think I'm just gonna have to bulldoze my mind, because I'm also kind of being sent here by my girlfriend. We're off to France tomorrow, and she's saying, Alex, your hair is very long. Why don't you go and get a cut? Against my will. All right, okay, sales. 3, 2, 1, just go. Sales. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Hello, how are you?
Thanks, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. This is my first haircut since I got alopecia a year ago.
Right, okay.
Have you ever had anyone with alopecia?
Yeah.
So it completely grew back, but I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why, I've got like a weird blockage.
Get yourself ready and you can take a seat at that first chair.
Thanks. So I've made it into the barber's, and actually I'm being served by a very, very lovely lady who's agreed to do the time lapse and has washed my hair very nicely. I'm feeling a bit better. She's gonna trim me up. So I'm out of the barber's, and as you can see, there's not that much difference. I did go in there and I had a really, really, really lovely time with the lady. I personally, just while I was sat there, realised I like my hair a bit longer. I don't want to cut it as short as I was thinking. And she washed it nicely. We had a good chat, had a great time. She just pretended to snip some off the end, basically. And then I got over the fear. So I managed to walk in. I feel comfortable going into the barber's. I feel quite comfortable just having my hair a bit longer for a while. So good. I think this concludes the major thing I wanted to talk about with alopecia. And if you've got any questions, please let me know. I would love to talk to you about this. I might even open up some coaching spots if anyone's going through it and they want my opinion. I'm obviously not a doctor. Yeah, I'm not a medical doctor. I've only one man with one man's experience. I think I dealt with it pretty well, and I mean, my hair results, I don't even know if they're normal, but I know how I dealt with it, and it worked for me, and maybe that will help you. Anyway, I'm Alex North Rule. Thank you so much for watching.